Capital Gazette, 888 Bestgate Road, cross street of Monticello Drive and Commerce Park Drive for a shooting.
Myself and the medical director are responding to the active shooter at 888 Bestgate with TAC team.
Currently, the police notes several shots have been fired, possible shotgun, at least 10 shots heard.
We come on the air tonight with heavy hearts, learning more about the shooting that took place earlier today at a local newspaper in Annapolis. 5 people are gone, lives taken too soon while in the service to their community, in service at the Capital Gazette. Here they are, men and women, a columnist, 2 editors, a sales assistant, and a reporter, all of them with the paper. They have been identified as Rob Hyacin, Gerald Fishman, John McNamara, Rebecca Smith, and Wendy Winters. They were colleagues in this field, media professionals who were loved in their communities and at home. Tonight, they are being remembered, and while police work to learn more information about the man who targeted them, in fact, it was just 3 hours ago that we learned that this attack was calculated and planned. It was almost 2 hours ago that we learned more about the suspect who did it. Tonight, we have a team in Maryland's capital gathering all the latest information. Joining us live is my co-anchor, 47 ABC's Julian Sador. And Julian, what can you tell us? What's the scene like tonight?
Ryan, anytime you cover one of these shootings or even hear about one of these shootings, it's something that hits you right in the heart. But today, the mood among the reporters out here, it was different because today was an attack on our own. The 5 names that you mentioned were all employees of the Capital Gazette who walked into the offices behind me in Annapolis with one job in mind, and that was to deliver the news to the public. But somebody had a problem with that. That man was Gerard Ramos, who said that the paper, who had a problem with the paper and actually filed a defamation lawsuit against them in 2012, a lawsuit that was eventually dismissed in court. Now, the chaos broke out here around 2:30 p.m., and this is a scene, this is what it looked like as police responded. Ramos apparently coming in on the bottom floor, opening fire with a shotgun, killing 5 people and injuring 2 others.
So I was on the phone with a client and heard a loud noise, like an incredibly loud bang, and I poked my head around the corner of my desk so I could see out our front door into the front door of the Capital Gazette, and I saw a guy holding a gun. The door of the Capital Gazette had been blown to pieces. It was in shattered pieces all on the carpet, and this guy was holding what looked like a big shotgun and moving across the entrance of the Capital Gazette office, pointing the gun deeper into the office.
Now, Ryan, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention the extraordinary efforts of the law enforcement today. In fact, the Annapolis mayor is saying that police responded here within 90 seconds of this attack starting. And you can see the police have been out here all day. They are still on scene. And as the Annapolis mayor said, if they had not responded so quickly, it's hard to imagine what would have happened. The tragedy that could have occurred here could have been far worse than the 5 victims and the 2 people that were injured. Reporting live in Annapolis, Julian Sador, 47 ABC. Back to you.
Julian, thank you very much. Certainly is a heartbreaking day for all of us. That was my co-anchor, Julian Sador, from the ground in Annapolis, and our coverage doesn't end there tonight. We're actually getting a look at the timeline of events there in Annapolis through several tweets that went out this afternoon. This is one of the first tweets that was sent out by Anthony Messenger, who I'm being told was actually a student or is a student at Salisbury University. He's an intern at the Capital Gazette. He said at 2:43 p.m., quote, "Active shooter 888 Bestgate, please help us," end quote. And these tweets were posted by Joshua McCarrow, a photojournalist with the Capital Gazette, just after 4 o'clock. He sent this one that names Chase Cook, Pat Ferguson, Paul Gillespie, Phil Davis, Celine Sanfelice, and Anthony Messenger, and he deemed them all safe. Messenger, of course, was that intern we just talked about that sent that first tweet that we shared. Now, Joshua also tweeted out that he was heartbroken. I think we all feel the same way tonight. And here's a string of tweets, and these are unbelievable. This is from reporter Phil Davis. You can see a lot of them there, but I'm just going to read you some. He said, quote, "Gunman shot through the glass door to the office and opened fire on multiple employees. Can't say much more. Don't want to declare anyone dead, but it's bad." Davis also said there's nothing more terrifying than hearing multiple people get shot while you're under your desk and then hear the gunman reload. We also saw some tweets from officials today, near and far, starting with Governor Larry Hogan, who was at that initial press conference. He said, quote, "absolutely devastated to learn of this tragedy," and that he was in contact with first responders. The governor also warned people to stay away from the area and that he was praying for the community. We also had reaction from Senator Ben Cardin today, who said, quote, "devastating. My heart is with the Capital Gazette and the people of Annapolis." President Donald Trump also sent out a tweet just before 5 p.m. saying he and First Lady Melania Trump, who also tweeted about this situation tonight, said they were briefed. He also thanked first responders and said his thoughts and prayers are with the victims and their families. We, of course, are monitoring this situation in Annapolis, this tragedy, and if there are more details to share in the interim, in the time that passes, about the victims or the suspect, we'll be sure to get you that information as quickly as possible.